I've read about this, haven't done it yet. With a wood burning stove, you want to have either dirt or sand at the bottom. Some people, though, they use steel plate, and they put that underneath in the bottom of the stove. So right now it's upside down, but just trying to get a measurement of where, you know, where the edges are, so I can bend up the sides of this steel plate that I've purchased. It's just some galvanized, what is it? I think it's more like for ventilation or whatever, but it should work for what I need. So I'm gonna give it a shot. But it needs to be the size of the bottom of the stove. And yep, should work. So I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna bend these sides upwards. I'm guessing that's enough room on it. This side I'm gonna have to cut off. So I'm gonna have to see if I've got a tool for that. Gonna be going winter camping this weekend in the Tetons, and so need to have this ready. Anyhow, gonna get to work. All right. That should be about right there. Okay, so I've got a little bit more than 2 inches, which should work out pretty good. 2 inches. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so I need to do now, sort of draw. It's just dry eraser. I'm not even sure what gauge of steel this is. That I picked up at Home Depot. So alright, I took a grinder to this, cut out these corners. Probably could have used some shears or something, which would probably have been better, because supposedly galvanized steel has zinc in it, and if it gets really hot, it releases the fumes, and it can cause it's called like metal fever or something. So if you use something that gets it hot, I would definitely do it in a well ventilated area. That's another thing. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna have to cook a good batch of wood in the stove and heat it up really hot, so it just burns out all the zinc in this, and so when you're sleeping in the tent, you don't die from the zinc fumes. Same with stovepipes. They're made of galvanized steel, and you need to heat these up real well so it becomes like a white steel instead of shiny. That's just one thing you got to take note when you do this, is you need to make sure you do it properly and take the precautions, because galvanized steel has zinc in it, and it will create zinc fumes, which are bad for the body. Supposedly it'll give you kind of like a fever type flu symptoms if you breathe in enough of the fumes. Anyone that welds would know this, but so just take note of that. Very important. So next thing I need to do is fold these up now. I've made the front end there a little bit longer, just because I didn't really want to cut it too short. I'd rather have it a little bit too lengthy, so I can just bend it if I need to. But it should be good. I'm gonna start bending. not positive how well this will fit in, but we'll have to see. It's my first time doing this. I would definitely use some leather gloves when you do this, because if you get these sharp edges here, it'll really not be cool if you go and slice yourself. Totally not a good idea. So, that's that. Now the idea is to stick it into the stove like that, create a pocket of air at the bottom. My assumption is this is not going to fit. It's going to have to be bent in order to fit it in there. So I guess I'm going to have to do something like this to get it in. I guess I didn't think about that. There's a lip here. The other side has it too. Totally did not think about that. That was a bad, pretty big mistake there. Well, I'm gonna have to go grind this down a little bit more. Okay. I've re-lengthened this, so we can bend that again. This is bending weird, so just banging out the portion that is not wanting to bend as it's straightening. That probably should be good enough though. Not the best grinding job, as you can see. I've kind of gone a little bit too deep there, but for this it isn't really a big problem, because I mean it just needs to create an air pocket at the bottom of the stove is the main concern. So let's go about and put this back in there again. See how it fits. Hopefully no more snags. Looks good. See if you can see that. A second floor for the wood stove. The Nico wood stove. This will help prevent any burnout in the bottom floor of the stove. And that should be good. The metal, the galvanized sheet, was about $6. I don't have to carry dirt with me or sand, and I can replace it whenever. I don't have to worry about burning out the 22 gauge steel of this stove. Well, took this baby out on her first successful hot tent winter trip. I'll post the video soon. I'm just gonna finish up this video about the false floor. as you can see there, galvanized material creates kind of like an oxidizing covering. And what I wanted to say is, if you do the false floor, make sure that you burn out that floor before you put it in your tent and sleep in there while it's burning. Because galvanizing can be deadly and cause metal fume fever. So make sure you're doing it in a well-ventilated area where you burn out that floor. But that is going to save the bottom of your floor, and you don't need dirt or sand when you use that. Other than that, I've oiled up this baby really well. That's why it's all shiny, because I don't want it to rust. Maybe a little bit